stop cutting your commission. Just stop it. You don't need to, you don't have to, and I'm gonna show you today some really interesting strategies that will make sure that you ensure your full commission and more than likely even help some of you increase your average commission rate. We're gonna jump into this. Stick around to the end because I'm gonna pull all of this together. We're gonna go through a number of tips and strategies and techniques that are proven across the country to make sure that I don't keep having to hear this, well, Brendan, you don't understand. You don't get it that the other broker said they would do it for less. It's such a hot seller's market right now that my sellers don't want to pay a full commission. All of these limited beliefs, I'm competing against iBuyers and all these different things all of this has been around for a long time. Just so everyone understands. There's always going to be disruptors in the market. There's always going to be some other type of competition. The answer is, are you doing what makes the most sense to help you and your seller accomplish their goals? You are working together to help them, and in turn, they pay you for the value that you provide. I'm going to take you through some of these strategies. Let's start off with number one, are you dressing the part? I'm going to start real easy. I'm seeing so many agents get so comfortable lately, and you are showing up to a listing appointment in jeans or a polo shirt or whatever it is. If you don't look the part, you're not going to get paid the part. Again, if I went into a doctor's office and my doctor was wearing torn scrubs, or he was looking like he had just woke up from a hangover and he was all busted and got a long beer stubble and, looked like he was up all night partying, am I going to really feel comfortable moving forward with that professional? Of course I'm not. I would be terrified. So I still see the same thing here all the time with agents showing up for appointments with unshined shoes, holes in your socks, all of this. You are meeting with someone for one of the most important, if not maybe the most important transaction that they'll have during their lifetime. Now, some people will do it multiple times. Some people, this might be the only time they ever sell a home. And it might be for a considerable amount of equity that'll change their lives forever. You should owe that respect to make sure that you are doing the part at the level it needs to be done. The second thing I'm seeing is you don't have a strategy. You're walking into listing appointments without a strategy and you're going, you know what? Yeah, I know the comps. I'm going to walk in, see how it goes, and I'm going to feel them out, and then we'll make a decision while we're in there. Yeah, that doesn't work. You need to have a specific strategy so when you walk into that property and you meet with that client or however you're interacting with them, you know exactly what you're going to do from the minute that you arrive till the minute you leave with the key in the lockbox and the signature on the listing agreement. It's lack of preparation and lack of strategy that usually leads to us going, yeah, no, you're right. I guess I could do it for X percentage or X amount of money. You're giving up your value because you didn't run your play. You didn't run your strategy. In strategy, we also have value. So what is your value? What are you providing to these clients? What are you doing to make sure that they understand that you're actually worth X amount? If you're an agent out there and all you do is put properties on the MLS and hope and pray that a buyer shows up, then give your commission away all day. You don't bring any value to that situation. You're not providing any validity. You're not helping the seller with staging and cleaning and cosmetic preparation and making sure that they really can net every single dollar possible out of this property. You're just doing nothing and expecting to get paid for it. You're going to get out of this what you put into your value, but I can tell you, if you provide a lot of value, you're able to not only charge, but earn a lot of money because of that value you're conveying. So it depends on what you're putting out. The other piece that I see every single day is you don't have estimated net sheets trained and practiced yet. I can tell you, everyone, if you are not really skilled on explaining your estimated net sheets, it's extremely difficult to get past commission objections because you haven't addressed them yet. You need to have estimated net sheet and a commission strategy that makes the seller feel like it's a win-win. So what are some of those strategies? Well, you can offer a variable commission structure. You could offer a commission structure based upon what price the property sells at. You could provide different value packages to the seller based upon what you do to help them sell. There's so many strategies that you can utilize. We talk about these in other videos, and feel free to subscribe and make sure you get all of our information, or go to brendanbartic.com and you can take a look at our listing mastery course where we teach a lot of these skills. But these are important pieces because that's where you lose a seller. You go through this great presentation and all of a sudden you get to how much. Well, you should have never got to how much. It should have already been incorporated as part of your presentation, and that you just present it, they understand it, and you keep it moving. That's a big piece that I see that there's a major issue there. Some of the other major problems that I'm finding out when I see agents not securing their entire commission or not earning more commission is when you get to the very end, you are waiting for them to have an objection because you don't have a very skilled close. And I hate to use the word close, and I know some people are like, oh, I'm not a closer, I'm not a closer. Then I don't know what other word to call it. Finishing the presentation to receive signatures, because that's why you're there. You're there to earn the business, show the value, get the signatures, and help them get to where they want to go. So I hear this all the time, that you end up at the end of this presentation and go, yeah, so any questions? And they have questions because you asked this dumb question of, do you have any questions? And you leave yourself open instead of finishing the presentation, which we teach in all of our courses, and you transition with what we call our transition to close, and it's very smooth, and it just ends up with, all I need now is a signature and a key for the lockbox. So stop shooting yourself in the foot. If you're going to ask them if they have additional questions, then I'm going to sit there and be like, can I get this same value for cheaper? If so, why not ask now? Because he just asked me to ask questions. Why would you do that? So think about that piece in itself. In addition, what I also see happening is, let's say you do get the listing and you actually get your commission. I'm watching agents give up their commission if they have to do a price adjustment. I'm watching agents give up their commission if the house is listed at 500 and the only offer that comes in is at 475. Your commission and the value that you provide has nothing to do with what a buyer will pay for the home. I mean, make sure you make sense of that. The buyers determine the market value of the property. What your role is to help get the property into the hands of as many qualified buyers as humanly possible and provide as much convenience and consultation and strategy to the seller as humanly possible so that they can have the best experience and hopefully net the most money possible. I see agents all the time, they go, well, if we're going to have to sell it at 475, then why don't you can you do something about your commission? And right then you go, well, I guess I could shave a point off or a percentage off or a 0.5% or this. Why? Because the buyers want to pay for their house. Does that have anything to do with your commission? Now, this could have been, you could have established this when you set up if you didn't do the listing process right and said, I really think, never use that word, I'm using it in this example, I really think you should list the house at 500,000. It's never I think, it's the market value of your home. If we position your property at this price based upon the comps, I'm going to do everything in my power to bring in as many buyers as possible. If they do not show up, that's a decision of the buyers not finding enough value in your home. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that they know about it. You can't hold a gun to a buyer's head and make them make an offer that the seller wants. I wish you could. I wish you had that power. You don't. Think about these strategies. Think about, am I showing up to play the part? Do I offer value in different commission options and structures? Do I know my estimated net sheets at such a high level that they're absolutely untouchable? That the seller understands so clearly what I do and what I value that we just move right on past it? Am I shooting myself in the foot when I get to the closing table, or when I get to the part of closing and moving towards signatures, where I'm stopping and going, all right, well, it's great meeting with you. Did either of you have any questions? Instead of using a very simple transition to close strategy that leads to asking for a signature and a key. Your presentation should have covered all of their questions. If it didn't, believe me, they will bring it up. Think about these strategies, right? Think about how you're positioning yourself, and then think about after you take the listing, you have to detach yourself from the outcome that you did everything you could, and if the buyers didn't respond, the buyers didn't find enough value not yourself. And then you can just work on what we call our price adjustment script, or how to get an offer accepted scenario. And those are very easy to learn techniques. All of this is communicating and making sure that you did the prep work on the front side to deliver on the back side. Let me know your thoughts on this. Hit me up with some comments. I'd love to know what you think. If there's something else out there that you think agents could do right now to protect their commission or even increase it, please let me know. I love hearing all kind of new techniques, strategies. So many people are doing amazing things across the country right now. These are some of those simple, timeless bullet points that you need to get right to make sure you can make the same amount or more by selling the same amount of houses. You don't have to sell more to make more. You can sell the same and make more, or sell more and make even more. That's what's so great about this. But make sure you know your worth and don't give it away that quickly, or at all. Please don't even give it away at all. But practice these techniques, practice these strategies. If there's anything I can ever do to help you, please let me know. And as always, I wish all of you great success.